Hello, hello everybody, welcome back to Mass Effect. We're at the Citadel now. We're gonna explore a decent chunk of the Citadel today, and we're probably going to go and have our meeting with the Council as well. Let's start by talk to these guys. Nope. Nope.
On me.
There we go, okay.
Big place.
Forgot my keybinds for a second there.
I can't tell the aliens from the animals.
Ashley
They
being
built themselves
Ashley.
quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
Good observation, Ashley.
This place is a little too perfect. Like they're hiding something.
I mean, yeah.
I
They
can't tell
are.
the aliens from the animals.
It's like a huge city, you know, there's all kinds of corruption and stuff. Don't worry, we'll uncover a lot of it.
Peaceful here.
What a stark difference in personality right there. Ashley's like, wonder how many people drown in that lake, and Caden's like, oh, it's so nice, it's pretty.
Big place.
Okay, let's grab this. Okay, ready, go! Captain Hendrickson reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argos Row cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? That's going to be a side quest for us. Okay, anything else in this area? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Maybe over here? No, okay. We're in the embassies. We're gonna go first of all, and we get to meet the Elcor. Yeah!
I understand what you're saying.
Keeper.
These allegations are very serious. I can't just... This is serious.
I love them.
My reputation is at stake. I spoke with the consort in confidence, and her alone, and she betrayed me.
The consort. We're gonna meet her.
All right. I will look into it for you. In the meantime, do not do anything rash.
Alright, time to butt into their conversation. Hi!
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
What's going on, big guy? What's
You seem
wrong?
distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
Okay, let's ask about the consort.
Who's this Asari consort?
We'll be meeting her later.
Curious, you have not heard. You must be new to the Citadel. Everyone knows Sha'ira, the consort. I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Alright, well, we'll go straighten
Where
her
can I
out.
find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Strained greeting, human. This is really
You seem
not.
distressed. Is there
Alarmed
something?
response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong.
Oh wait, did we do this one?
And it is the Asari consort's fault.
I don't think we did.
She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
Yeah, here we go.
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say...
Good
she
luck
is-
with your problem.
Thanks to you, human.
The Elcor, it's just such a great design.
Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
I always appreciate like an alien design that is truly like not rooted in basic humanoid shape and proportions and whatnot. Okay, let's learn about their speech. It's adorable.
Why do you
I love
explain
it.
what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through sentence-like movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
They have to say exactly
Why
what
do
their
you
feeling
bother,
is.
Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that.
Din's a
And
little
if you
cranky.
do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me about the
Tell me more
Elcor.
about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
All right, let's start with culture then.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups. Though we are always welcoming to outsiders, our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
They, they're definitely an active part of the Citadel, but they're not on the council. They don't 100% seem too bothered by that, though. We're gonna talk to Din in a second, and he has some gripes, which are well-founded, I will say.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
I should go.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yeah, so
I
at
see
least...
your farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
At least this guy specifically gives the impression that the Elcor are mostly okay with the status quo right now. Din, not so much.
Earth Clan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, Earth Clan?
Yeah, why so cranky?
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din.
A lot of chastising rebukes.
Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Yeah, the big issue is whether you're on the council or not, really. Alright, well, let's learn... you weren't so happy with your office.
What
Let's
is
talk
this
about the
place?
embassy.
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
So they have to share an office, but humans, even though we are latecomers to the Citadel, we have our own private office in the embassies.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best
What is it
interests
you
of the
do
Volus
here?
people.
Exactly.
No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Dan. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive.
Caitlin's definitely
The
glass
Earth
half full.
will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
True.
Why aren't the Volus or Elcor part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the Earth clans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
I'm not entirely convinced he is incorrect.
How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
I do think that Din has some, legitimate gripes with how the Volus are kind of treated on the Citadel.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, Earth Clan.
Yeah, let's go into history. I think we're gonna learn
Actually,
a
I
little
would like
bit.
to know more
We're gonna
about
get a
the history.
hint
My people
as
came
to
the Citadel
why they're kind of getting the
shortly
shaft
after
here.
The Asari and Solarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Okay, culture.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
They're kind of like a merchant class in a way. Right, that is it. When it comes to like the Citadel Council, a lot of it comes down to
Goodbye, Ambassador.
martial
Yes,
potential,
Good
I
day,
think.
Earth Clan.
You've got here's our keeper friend. Gonna be super relevant at a later time. But you've got the Asari, right? Obviously, they are like the superpower in the galaxy. You've got these Solarians who are big into science, right? They're like super technologically adept, so that's where their martial power comes from. And then you've got the Turians, and they're kind of known for their martial prowess in particular. They are like a military-based society in a way. Hello.
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
Ah, we're notable.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh,
It's
Avina
basically
is the
like,
virtual
you know,
guide for the
our
Citadel.
Cortana.
Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Sephiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
We're really just bothering her.
Embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
Alright,
I should be
that's
going
it
now.
for
Have a pleasant day.
Sephiria. We're gonna go check the bar. Out here is where we access everything else, including Avina, but we're gonna go over here. There's also a Turian ambassador who we can go bother. Hello.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Glad to hear it. Glad you're so
Don't
happy.
you just love it here? There's
Oh,
so much
yeah.
to see and do.
Oh, girl, I know.
The ambassadors here are very respectful, except for that Volus.
Who could she be referring to?
I've met the most interesting people since I started working here. I can't believe I landed a job here.
Alright, we're on
This
a
place is
repeat.
fantastic.
Oh, we got a codex to read later. Another codex and a level up. Another keeper, not currently relevant.
Well, they've built themselves quite the lake. Wonder if anyone ever drowned in it.
I'm sure someone has, Ashley.
Human, delighted welcome.
Delighted
To meet
welcome.
you. Ah, you humans are a wonderful sight here on the Citadel.
Too bad we can't have an Elcor squad mate.
It is good to see you, human. I sincerely
Human.
hope you enjoy your time here. I certainly hope the other inhabitants are treating you well, human.
Human.
Human, delighted
Alright.
welcome. It is
Exhausted
good.
that. That's where we came in at. Here, I believe, is our Turian ambassador. Yeah, we can bother this guy. Hi,
Commander
hello.
Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
That's just my alarm. Don't mind that. Who are you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
Let's see. What bug crawled into your
I
cereal?
get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are
Justified.
eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
I don't think we're favorites not yet.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's my roommate's dog. By the way, if you notice a lot of cuts or that I sound a little weird, it's all because of allergies. And I have to keep stopping to blow my nose. So if you notice that, that's why. Alright, let's learn about CSEC.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
And he sounds thrilled about it.
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
Not too fond.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Yeah, that's a bit naive.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres, they'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
He's pretty by the book, this guy, Palin.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
I mean, you know, considering the kind of person Jonah is, I think he's gonna go with this option. If it gets the job done, then yeah, we do need it.
Absolutely. The only thing that matters is accomplishing the task.
Maybe. But I've never had to cross that line to get the job done. Never.
He's got a point about Saren, though. Like, if Saren is doing all of this right under the Council's nose, then clearly they need to take another look at their screening process or the accountability for specters or something.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Yeah, how's it going?
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
That's alright, we'll go talk to Garrus and we'll figure it out.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Don't mind me just snooping around your office. You know, you guys might... I forget if I've mentioned this, but you might think that, like, my favorite romance in the game is Caden, right? Because that's who we're romancing for the Let's Play, but it's actually Garrus. I think Garrus's romance is the best, the most well-written, it's the most fun romance, it has the best scenes. Garrus is definitely, hands down, my favorite romance in the game. This... Okay. Got it. Alright. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted... Oh, listen to this music cue. It's very dire. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the extranet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, Caden might be interested in this. You have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come join us in the Hawking Eta cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind. Definitely, especially with the one body remark, getting kind of a cult vibe from that. I don't actually remember what that one is about, so we'll have to go check that out later and see. Moving on. Yeah, Garrus is by far my favorite romance. I've mentioned that I have that my main female shepherd is a Paragade. You know, like a Paragon Renegade kind of mix. And I really love the dynamic you can get with Garrus when you play that type of character.
Can't believe the rumors. The consort would never reveal her
Talk to them
secrets.
first since they're being so loud.
She wouldn't. She'd be tossed out the nearest airlock if she did.
I suppose. Besides, Nick, the consort's nothing like the girls back on the colonies. she's...
You don't have to do it with her. You can just talk to her if you want.
Is that all you did, Jazz? Just talk?
I didn't say that.
Ha! I bet you did too.
We're gonna do more than
Shut
talk
up,
when we meet Shaira.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is. Commander,
Anything
good
else?
to see you again. This place is amazing, Commander. Commander?
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Oh yeah, I was saying that, you know, with the Paragade femshep that I have, there's a point in, I believe, the second game. Because, you know, with the Paragade, you can kind of tailor your responses to situations to be Paragon or Renegade based on what you feel that individual character's moral compass would tell them to do. And Garrus will actually call you on it in the second game. If he feels that you've been, like, hypocritical or wishy-washy, or if you had not been consistent in a way that bothers him, he'll mention it. And it was a really fun conversation to get to see that play out between Shepard and Garrus, especially when you're going for Garrus as your main romance, which I was with that
This place
shepherd.
seems strange. Wish there were more humans around. You have to be tough with these aliens. They won't respect you otherwise. It's good to see another human face around here.
Another? There's like tons of people in here.
If I have to listen to another Hanar take 20 minutes to say this thing, I think I'll scream.
The Hanar, I love them.
This place seems strange. Wish there were more humans around.
The Elcor, as much as I love the Elcor, they're not my favorite species. My favorite species are definitely the Hanar, the Jellies, Nasana. Yeah, she's gonna come up a lot.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
I think we get to kill her in the second game, actually.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
We're gonna do a quest for her in this game, but then in one of the games we do actually kill her, I believe.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
You know who I am?
Your arrival created a bigger than average stir among the diplomats and hangers-on around here. There's always something new happening around here. I could fill you in on some points of interest if you'd like.
Hit me.
What's going on around here?
Well, you found the embassies, not much going on here. Across the bridge, you'll find the bank, the Emporium, and Shaira's. If you haven't heard of her, you soon will. If you need supplies, you can try the markets one level below. For entertainment, I'd try Flux or Cora's Den.
Let's learn a little more about Shaira before we go see her.
The consort, she entertains clients who can afford her services. Most of the diplomats and ambassadors have visited her at one time or another. She's a very powerful woman, but also very respected.
Tell me about Flux and Cora's Den.
Well, Flux has gambling and dancing, certainly more lively than this place. Cora's Den, on the other hand, well, let's just say it's livelier and deadlier, all at the same time.
Okay, and oh, that's it. I should go.
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
Yep. Keep her over here. Nothing to do with those guys. All we can do is just acknowledge, you know.
Sure is peaceful here.
Say hi. Okay, now we're gonna go talk to Avina. We've covered the embassies. We're done here for now. Let me out! Whoops, nope, 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 didn't mean to do that. Sorry, sorry everybody. False alarm. False alarm.
Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Avina, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
Okay, we'll let Avina talk to us for a little bit since we are, you know, we're talking to everybody. We're getting the whole lowdown for this Let's Play. Are you
So
real?
are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
You'll notice she said virtual intelligence because, of course, artificial intelligence is outlawed in
Give me
this
the tour.
civilization.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we'll learn about the council.
What can
We're
you tell me
going
about
to
the
see
Citadel
them
Council?
directly.
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Solarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
And then humans came along, and we just kind of like full speed ahead barged into everything to do with the Citadel. Let's talk about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on
Quote,
matters of galactic
important
politics
enough.
maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384
That's
galactic
so long
standard years
ago.
ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies
It's millennia.
have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Yeah, see, exactly. Just an embassy?
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Lesser species?
That's pretty damn arrogant.
I apologize if my personality has offended you. Please submit all formal complaints
Submit a formal complaint.
The Citadel Tourist and Visitor Board.
Yeah, so the Volus, you know, they just don't have like the fleet and the manpower to basically, let's be real, demand a place on the council, you know? Like the Turians and the Salarians definitely, but not the Volus, not the Elcor. Humanity's getting there though.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Yeah, let's ask this virtual intelligence what she thinks.
Do you agree with their decision?
She can't really make
I am
actual
not programmed to make
judgments.
that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to
Yeah.
information and simple interaction simulations.
She's basically a talking brochure. Hey, that's embassies. We did council.
Do you know anything about
Specters.
specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
Yeah, they operate above and beyond the law. Just it's right there, like in their description.
I want to know more
It's
about
purposeful.
Citadel
That's how they function.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Okay, we are good.
Goodbye.
Let's go.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
And we're definitely not going to do our, you know, extensive exploration of the Citadel this time. To Citadel Tower. The Citadel Tower is the tall, white structure far off to your right. It houses the council and is the heart of Citadel politics. Yeah, we're gonna kind of just head straight to the council because we do have our meeting. And we're just gonna talk to anybody we encounter along the way. Across the way is Shira, actually. The Presidium Financial District is found across this bridge. Here you will find the Emporium Bank and Consort Chambers. There you go. There's Shira. She's over there. That's just the same thing. Yeah, that's the same directions. Man, this place looks so good. In this Legendary Edition. Wow. Awesome. And then once we meet the council, we will do a lot more exploring. We'll have a lot more stuff to do. The elevator to C-Sec Academy is located down this ramp and past the small plaza. The Alliance docking bay can be found there. We're gonna go find Rex there. Eventually, we're about to meet Garrus. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Yep, we're still heading in the right direction. Citadel Towers. Is our Hanar here yet? Our Hanar's not here yet. We're gonna have a nice, fun little side quest thing with a Hanar. Right around here. That's to the wards. We're not gonna bother with all that yet. Just gonna keep going toward the council.
Look at that bug thing over there.
You just noticed the mesh?
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Sorry, Avina.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 2. You are standing near the base of the Citadel Tower, one of the Presidium's most recognizable and important structures. Behind me is the spectacular Relay Monument, a scale model representation of a Prothean mass relay. To your left is one of the Keepers, the enigmatic caretakers of the Citadel, working on a control panel. You may see Keepers involved in various tasks throughout all levels of the Citadel. We ask that you do not interfere with them in any way. The Keepers are essential to the smooth operation of the Citadel. Obstructing their daily work will result in harsh penalties, including incarceration and rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation in this context sounds very threatening. Okay, tell me about
I'd
the
like
Keepers.
to know more about the Keepers.
Little is known about these peaceful servants of the Citadel, though they are essential to the operation and maintenance of the entire station. Citadel regulations protect the Keepers against interference during the performance of their tasks. Failure to comply will result in harsh penalties. Keepers can be seen in all sections of the Citadel, but are typically found in and around the tower.
Any particular reason there are so many Keepers in this area?
The Keepers do not communicate with other species. It is assumed, however, that the tower houses the Citadel's primary control systems. Many of the station's systems, such as navigation and life support, function automatically. It is believed the Keepers operate those systems from inside the tower's inaccessible core. The Keepers also make frequent appearances in the council chamber itself, though they appear to be just passing through on their way to some other destination.
Tell me about the Citadel Tower.
Housing both the council chambers and Citadel control, the tower is one of the most important buildings on the station. Access to these areas is restricted to those with the appropriate clearance.
And of course, we know, this is a spoiler for anyone who has not played these games, but of course we know that these Keepers, you know, it's a little suspicious how they're just kind of here and allowed to do whatever they want. And yes, it is suspicious, and it will be a problem later. Okay,
I'd
council
like to hear
chambers.
more about the council chambers.
The business of the council, which often has far-reaching effects on the galactic community, is conducted in a room at the apex of the Citadel Tower. The council chambers themselves are truly a magnificent sight to behold, though few get to experience the view in person. Typically, only the councilors, ambassadors, and high-ranking officials, along with various support staff, are allowed access.
I'm scheduled to have an audience with the Council.
Only a handful of visitors to the Citadel are ever granted that privilege. I would be jealous, but that is outside the scope of my programming.
What if someone has business with the Council?
The average citizen must go through the proper channels if they wish an audience with the Council. This is usually arranged through their respective ambassadors.
Must be difficult.
Even then, few are given access to the actual council chambers.
Yeah.
In most cases, the ambassador acts on behalf of the citizen.
Like, you can't just request an audience with the council. They represent, as has been stated, trillions and trillions of people.
What happens in Citadel Control?
Citadel Control handles all incoming and outbound transit. Every ship within 2,000 kilometers of the Citadel is under the jurisdiction of Citadel Control. At peak capacity, they are responsible for monitoring upwards of 1,000 vessels.
And the relay
Tell me
monument.
about the relay monument.
Discovered by the Asari who first arrived at the Citadel, the Relay Monument is one of the station's most interesting and controversial features. What is the meaning behind this striking piece of art? Is it a tribute to Prothean vanity? A reminder of their conquest of the galaxy through mass relay technology? Or perhaps it is a symbol of unity, a Prothean acknowledgement that the relays would eventually lead other species here to the Citadel. No one can say for sure, making the Relay Monument a favorite topic of discussion among academics and scholars.
It's so funny
That's all for now.
hearing all of this speculation from the characters about the Keepers, about the relays, about the Citadel. If anybody doesn't know, you know, the Citadel was not created by anybody who lives here. The Citadel was found. They found it and inhabited it. The Citadel is here basically as bait. And you know, every cycle of 50,000 years, new civilizations just take that bait. Alrighty, let's head up. This'll be fun. Classic elevator ride. Ashley. It's okay, don't worry about it. Elevators can be difficult, I know. Oh, there we go. I pressed, it wasn't her, it was me. I pressed the wrong button again.
The council isn't gonna ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Here he is. Garrus.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
We're not a super nice guy, and we're pretty frustrated right now, so we are gonna be a little harsh on him.
Sounds like you came up empty.
Saren's a Spectre. Most of his activities are classified. I couldn't find anything solid, but I know he's up to something.
This is a great framing. With the fountain behind him?
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you. You don't want to keep the council waiting.
Anything else? No, okay. Bye, Garrus. He's the best. We gotta check for stuff, though. Check, check, check. Okay, good, cool. Something I want to encourage you guys to think about as we go through this Let's Play is kind of the nature of each relationship and where it begins, because it's tempting. Another keeper. It's tempting, I think, to kind of fall into this. Anything new to say, guys?
I bet all these staircases
Oh yeah.
are just for show. happens if this place is ever attacked.
Thinking like a soldier.
I like that fountain. It's very soothing.
Caden being Caden. You know, it's kind of natural to think of, for instance, Garrus, right? If you ask someone, when can you start romancing Garrus? When does Garrus's romance begin? They might say the second game, you know, and that's accurate because that's when you can actually initiate a romance with Garrus, right? But we don't want to think about just the romance aspect when we're thinking about these characters and these relationships and the writing, right? We want to think about the relationships when they actually began. So even though you can't start romancing Garrus until the very end, until the second game, your relationship with Garrus begins right here in the first game, at that very first meeting. That's how we want to think about these relationships, guys. We want to think about them in their entirety. Your relationship with Garrus starts when you meet him right here in the tower.
To speak with one of the counselor's assistants. Commander.
Admiral.
Commander.
Admiral.
Commander.
Admiral.
Commander.
Admiral. And so when we think about these relationships in those terms, there's something really interesting that we find. Because Hayden is unique among all the love interests. This is one of the reasons why I really like his story with Shepard. Hayden, out of all the love interests, is the only one who has a relationship with Shepard from before the beginning of the game. No other love interest has this. It makes him completely unique. It adds a unique quality to that relationship that I really appreciate. Hayden served on the Normandy with Shepard before the game started. They have a previous relationship that adds a certain richness to the two of them and to how they interact. And I think that's really cool. Anything else? Anything else? Okay.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
No, of course not. We have no evidence.
I saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
This meeting is such a bad idea. They called this meeting with, like, no evidence. Okay.
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed.
He's so petty.
But what can you expect from a human?
Oh, we're going full renegade with this. Even though me, the player, thinks that this meeting was a mistake, but our Shepard's pretty frustrated.
You can expect me to kill you the next time we meet.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor.
I like that we just straight up threatened to kill him in front of the Council.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision.
No, don't
May
mention
triggered by
it.
the beacon.
Are we
No.
allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence
Yeah.
against this kind of testimony?
Yeah.
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
No, they're right. You can't just say Commander Shepard had a vision and expect them to take that seriously.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
Udina is seething.
This meeting is adjourned.
Seething.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Like, what Anderson is saying is true, but also he's too close to this, you know? He's too passionate with it. The Council is going to see it as just like a personal vendetta between him and Saren. Udina's right. I don't think him being involved is a good idea.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, we trust Garrus, but Jonah, not so much.
He's a Turian. I don't want him on our side.
Not all Turians are like Saren. If he can help, we need to find him. I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
Again, I think this is the right call, but our Shepard is gonna take
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this
that
investigation.
option.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Cora's Den. I hope you guys are ready for some awkward pixel strippers in Cora's Den.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Alright, Anderson, give me the tea.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way. Innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience. No hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
I really like this particular range of choices here. Because yeah, that's us, right? We're playing a renegade who totally would do that. And will make those kind of calls later on in this series.
Sometimes 1,000 people must die so 1,000,000 can live.
But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Let's cover the
I want to know more about the
Spectres
Spectres.
first.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
It's a decent debate to have as to whether the Spectres are, you know, A, actually necessary, and B, ultimately a good thing.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Okay, how are they organized?
What's the command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
I always thought it was kind of disappointing that we don't really get to meet many other Spectres.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
Meet one
You
in
can't
ME3,
just apply to join. There's
and
no
I think
training
that's it,
program.
just the
Spectres
one.
aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
We had a random highlight over there. Alright, okay, we need to learn about our leads. Okay, we did the Spectre. Get a little more info on the
Our
Council.
ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
See, that's exactly what I was talking about. Anderson just kind of takes it for granted that, yeah, we're going to get a seat on the Council probably really soon. Humanity has just kind of come in here, right, with this, like, expectation that oh yeah, we're going to be on that Council. Yeah, no problem. We'll get there real soon. Just with this presumption that has kind of worked for them, right? It's gotten them to almost, it'll happen very soon here, it's gotten them a place in the Spectres, and it will, by the end of this game, get them a place on the Council too. So it's, you can't argue with the method for its efficacy, I guess?
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests, no more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Okay, let's cover. These are our options for getting. Basically, we're looking for evidence, right?
You don't think much
on
of Harkin.
Saren.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. C-Sec is better off without him.
Why protect him?
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human C-Sec officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in C-Sec now to stop protecting him.
Okay, Barlavon was...
Tell me about Barlavon.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Okay, yeah, so Barlavon is the one who's connected to the Shadow Broker.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
I think that covers it. Yeah, that covers it, you guys. We're done.
Good luck, Shepard.
We've got everything we
I'll be
need.
over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Now we really start our big exploration of the Citadel. We have several quests to do here.
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the council. Think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance?
There's a bunch of stuff that...
The one over by the keeper.
There's a bunch of stuff that is now open to us.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't.
Is this random Asari just standing here? She was stuck. She was stuck. She wasn't supposed to just be standing there.
You want?
So, what you up to?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep.
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Why?
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree.
They
I'd
might,
like to
they
do it more
might.
openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
Don't you worry.
I could help you out.
I've got
I'm
the
not
pull to
worried
help.
about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
Why are you doing this?
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I wonder if he's still around after you become a Spectre? And then instead of saying, oh, I'm an Alliance officer, so it's fine, you can just be like, I'm a Spectre. It's cool.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Cool, okay. One to scan right here. Got it.
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions. Commander?
Admiral?
Commander?
Admiral?
Commander?
Admiral? Oh, yep, another Keeper. Scanned.
No, I haven't spoken to him before. This is the first
I forget
time
what the
I've
deal
had
is with him.
annoyance. Commander.
Admiral? I forget what the deal is with him. He's got something attached to him. We'll go over here and check for another keeper. I forget where they all were. You know, another unique thing about Caden involves him and a male shepherd specifically. So you know how at the beginning, right, when, say, with the beacon, you know, if you are a...
ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the council for years.
Oh, more gossip.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanna are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right. Though the Hanar need to like
Some political talk here.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
It's been so long for the Volus. I don't know if they would ever get it. Oh, another keeper. So, okay, so you know how at the beginning, yeah, with the beacon, for instance, if you are playing a female shepherd, you will save Caden from the beacon. But if you're playing a male shepherd, you will instead save Ashley, right? And similarly, when you wake up in the hospital aboard the Normandy, if you're female shepherd, Caden will be there, and if you are male shepherd, Ashley will be there. So the scenes kind of change based on the gender of the shepherd you're playing, right? Which does give a different vibe to the different relationships. And what's unique about Caden is that if you are playing a male shepherd romancing Caden, you will never get those interactions. And, you know, you can view it as a negative. It is a little negative that those interactions are kind of behind this gate. You would have a similar problem if Ashley were romanceable by a female shepherd. You would encounter a problem similar to that. See what they have to say on the elevator.
I can't believe the council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they take his word over ours.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
So Caden doesn't have access to any of these interactions or any of these scenes if you're playing a male shepherd, and it does, like we said, it changes the vibe of it, right? And I would say it is probably pretty negative to have these scenes sectioned off and you just don't get to have them with these two characters. But it is something that makes that relationship unique still. So it is worth remarking upon at the very least. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop for this episode because we are at a major junction here where we're gonna go begin our investigations. And we're going to do all these quests next time. We just had our meeting with the council. So what I want you guys to do right now, I want you to sit back. I want you to immerse yourself in the world of Mass Effect. We're going to read our codex entries. And we're going to do this only for the first game, really. Because there's going to be a lot of repeats for the second and third game. So we'll only read like the really interesting new stuff when we get to the second and third game, but we're gonna read everything this time around. Okay, let's see, we have probably like the Elcor and the Volus down here. Looks like something new here.
The second species to join the Citadel, the Solarians are warm-blooded amphibians with a hyperactive metabolism. Solarians think fast, talk fast, and move fast. To Solarians, other species seem sluggish and dull-witted. Unfortunately, their metabolic speed leaves them with a relatively short lifespan. Solarians over the age of 40 are a rarity. The Solarians were responsible for advancing the development of the primitive Krogan species to use as soldiers during the Rachni Wars. They were also behind the creation of the genophage bioweapon the Turians used to quell the Krogan rebellions several centuries later. Solarians are known for their observational capability and non-linear thinking. This manifests as an aptitude for research and espionage. They are constantly experimenting and inventing, and it is generally accepted that they always know more than they are letting on.
The Spectre that we meet in the third game is actually a Solarian, and yeah, they are constantly meddling in like the evolution and development of other species, especially less technologically advanced species.
The Elcor are a
have we heard the
are a
Elcor?
Citadel species
Surely
native to
not.
the high-gravity world Dakuna. They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and subvocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dakuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys.
Yeah, so their speech pattern is kind of like the \S that we do online to indicate sarcasm. I think it's really charming.
The Volus are a member species of the Citadel with their own embassy, but they are also a client race of the Turians. Centuries ago, they were voluntarily absorbed into the hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection.
That's significant.
Elune, their homeworld, lies far beyond the normal life zone of its star. However, the world has a high-pressure greenhouse atmosphere that traps enough heat to support an ammonia-based biochemistry. As a result, the Volus must wear pressure suits and breathers when dealing with other species, as conventional nitrogen-oxygen air mixtures are poisonous to them, and in the low-pressure atmospheres tolerable to most species, their flesh will actually split open. Volus culture is tribal, bartering lands and even people to gain status. This culture of exchange inclines them to economic pursuits. It was the Volus who authored the Unified Banking Act, and they continue to monitor and balance the Citadel economy.
Okay, this we did not hear about before. They were voluntarily absorbed into the Turian hierarchy, effectively trading their mercantile prowess for Turian military protection. That's gotta be huge. That's gotta be a big factor into why they cannot, make any progress towards getting a spot on the council. They essentially gave up, or were made to give up. We don't know the exact circumstances here, but they kind of gave up their agency to the Turians there. And the Turians now we can assume the Turians have a vested interest in making sure that the Volus don't get on the council, right? Because this is probably a significant resource for the Turians, having the Volus under their control. Technology!
Biotics is the ability of A virtual intelligence is an advanced form of user interface software. VIs use a variety of methods to simulate natural conversation, including an audio interface and an avatar personality to interact with. Although a VI can provide a convincing emulation of sentience, they are not self-aware, nor can they learn or take independent action. VIs are used as operating systems on commercial and home computers. Minimal VI agents are also available. Agents are compact and specialized. Some serve as personal secretaries, filtering calls and scheduling meetings based on user-defined priorities. Others are advanced search engines, propagating themselves across the extranet to collate user-requested data. Commercial VIs in a variety of stock personalities are available at any software retailer. Boutique firms and hobbyists also build unique VIs to personal specification. Although software emulation of living personalities is illegal, reconstructions of famous historical figures are common.
Yeah, see, it's all just an emulation of intelligence, right? The VIs, they don't even seem that much more technologically advanced than what we have now in terms of artificial intelligence. It's just that they can approximate, simulate a natural conversation a lot better than what we have now. But in terms of what they can do, this is all like fairly common automated stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, mass relays.
Mass relays are feats of Prothean engineering advanced far beyond the technology of any living species. They are enormous structures scattered throughout the stars and can create corridors of virtually mass-free space, allowing instantaneous transit between locations separated by years or even centuries of travel using conventional FTL drives. Primary mass relays can propel ships thousands of light years, often from one spiral arm of the galaxy to another. However, they have fixed one-to-one connections. A primary relay connects to one other primary relay and nowhere else. Secondary relays can only propel ships across a few hundred light years. However, they are omnidirectional. A secondary relay can send a ship to any other relay within its limited range. There are many dormant primary relays whose corresponding twins have not yet been located. These are left inactive until their partner is charted, as established civilizations are unwilling to blindly open a passage that might connect them to a hostile species.
Ah, yeah, that'll become relevant in the second game there. Yeah, these are all traps, as we will come to learn. Okay, let's see. What do we have new? Oh, have we learned about this? See, when we open one up, it automatically puts us on this first one. So then, I don't know if we have read this first one or not. Oh, this is about weapons of mass destruction. Have we read that? I don't think we've read this. Let's give this a read real quick. These diplomatic these are the Citadel conventions. These diplomatic talks occurred in the wake of the Krogan rebellions as a response to the destruction of the conflict and an attempt to distance the Council from the brutal Krogan warfare. The conventions regulate the use of weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, okay, so the weapons of mass destruction that these, like, spacefaring civilizations must have access to must be incredible, right? Like, just wildly worse than any kind of nuclear bomb, right? A WMD causes environmental alteration to a world. A bomb that produces a large crater is not considered a WMD. A bomb that causes a nuclear winter is. They must have access to stuff that is so far beyond just atomic warfare. Use of WMD is forbidden on garden worlds like Earth with ecospheres that can readily support a population, okay? If a habitable world is destroyed, it will not be replaced for millions of years. The conventions do not forbid the use of WMD on hostile worlds or in sealed space station environments. Many militaries continue to develop and maintain stockpiles. The conventions graded weapons of mass destruction into tiers of concern. Tier 1 is the greatest threat to galactic peace. Okay, here we go. Tier 1. Large kinetic impactors such as asteroid drops or deorbiting space stations effectively free and available in any system in the form of debris left over from planetary accretion. Kinetic impactors are the weapon of choice for terrorists and third galaxy nations. That is not what I was expecting. I was expecting tier 1 to be like some kind of like super bomb, you know? Like with their, like some kind of Mass Effect centered weapon of mass destruction. That's what I was expecting. Tier 2 uncontrolled self-replicating weapons such as nanotechnology. This seems a lot scarier to me than the first tier. Viral or bacteriological organisms, von Neumann devices, what is that? And destructive computer viruses. These weapons can lie dormant for millennia, waiting for a careless visitor to carry them on to another world. Okay, we have to look up von Neumann. Okay, what I'm seeing just with a quick Google search is that this is also some form of like self-replicating nanobot or something. Tier 3 large energy burst weapons such as nuclear or antimatter warheads. There we go, antimatter warheads sounds a lot scarier to me. And Tier 4 alien species deliberately introduced to crowd out native forms necessary for the health of an ecosystem, so invasive species. Ecological tampering can take years to bear fruit, making it difficult to prove. And we get to learn about CSEC, Citadel Security Services. Citadel Security is a volunteer police service answering to the Citadel Council. The 200,000 constables of CSEC are responsible for maintaining public order in the densely populated Citadel. They also provide pirate suppression, customs enforcement, and search and rescue throughout the Citadel cluster. CSEC has 6 divisions: enforcement, uniformed officers who patrol the Citadel and respond to emergencies, investigations, detectives puzzle out the truth behind crimes and bring perpetrators to justice. So like, you know, the classic police setup there. Customs screens the thousands of passengers and cargo containers that pass through the Citadel's ports every day. I almost feel like it would be more than just thousands. I feel like it would be hundreds of thousands, no? Network deals with cybercrimes like identity and copyright theft, hacking and viral attacks, and illegal artificial intelligence. Yeah, artificial intelligence, illegal. I believe it has to do with the Geth. I believe that's why. Special response deals with hostage situations, bombs, heavily armed criminals. In the unlikely event that attackers board the Citadel, they are also the frontline defense, armed with military-grade equipment. So that's like SWAT, basically, right? Patrol naval arm with ship stations throughout the Citadel cluster. I actually did not know that CSEC was stationed, you know, like out in space as well. I thought they were only like ground police on the Citadel. Unlike the other divisions, they are rarely seen at the Citadel, nor do they stay in one place long. Joining CSEC is prestigious. Applications must be sponsored by a Citadel counselor or the ambassador of an associate council race. Generally, applicants have many years of distinguished service in the military or police forces of their nation, but an inexperienced applicant with demonstrable talent will be fairly considered. CSEC and the Spectres are often at odds. Yeah, I bet they are. CSEC is all about the law, and Spectres, of course, are all about basically flaunting the law. Many CSEC members, notably current executor Venari Palin, believe that allowing Spectres to be above the law is a dangerous practice. The actions of Saren Arterius lend credence to this position. The Spectres, in turn, are aggravated when CSEC's dedication to procedure and due process hampers their investigations. Okay, the Ring is an enclosed-loop park-like space serving as the connection point for the wards. The interior walls are lined with the embassies of influential species and private residences for the galaxy's elite. That's where we were We were on the Presidium. The Presidium is full of open-air restaurants, bars, and luxurious meeting areas. Gravity is about 1/3 Earth normal. A holographic sky is projected over the ceiling of the ring. Unlike the 24/7 bustle of the wards, the Presidium maintains a 20-hour day schedule with a 6-hour night, where lights are dimmed and the sky goes through a night cycle. This is the place to be. Offices and residences are often open to the interior. It is not unusual for embassies to have no exterior wall at all. This does not cause a crime problem due to the heavy CSEC presence. Yes, CSEC has got to be all over the Presidium, and ubiquitous monitoring devices on the Presidium. Thieves are quickly identified and apprehended. The ring is the location of the Citadel's spaceport. Being closer to the center of the spin, there's less motion for a ship to match, and the reduced spin gravity makes handling cargo easier. That makes sense. Hundreds of ships pass through the Citadel every day, and every species with an embassy is granted a private dock. The tower, at the center of the ring, holds the administration of the Citadel Council. The tower rises over 1 kilometer, Jesus, from the ring, appearing to thrust forward parallel to the ward arms. As the tower is at the center of the spin axis, it experiences little centrifugal force. Gravity is maintained using mass effect fields at a 90-degree angle to the ring and wards. A consular dock can be found at the base of the tower. While normally used for diplomatic couriers and Spectre business, the shuttles docked here can evacuate the council government in an emergency. Treaty of Ferrixen. I don't know what this is. Due to the destructive potential of dreadnoughts, the council races agreed at the Ferrixen Naval Conference to fix a ratio of dreadnought construction between themselves. At the top of the pyramid is the peacekeeping Turian fleet. Below the Turians are the other council races, currently the Asari and Salarians. Council associate races are at the bottom. The Human Systems Alliance is part of the last group. Yes! The ratio of Turian to Council to Associate Dreadnoughts is 5-3-1. For every dreadnought humans are permitted to build, the Asari have 3 and the Turians have 5. This is so brilliant in terms of kind of keeping down the other races that are not council races. This ensures that no non-council race can just build or buy their way to a super powerful fleet via dreadnoughts. They literally are not allowed to have it. And if they do obtain those dreadnoughts, then, you know, either A, it means that the council races get to have additional dreadnoughts, they get to have more, right? They get to add on to that. Or the council can just come and just crush any hope they had, because those dreadnoughts would be illegal, right? And the council has the additional dreadnoughts to enforce that over these other races. That is really ruthless. That just goes to show how much thought the council has put in to ensuring that the Turians, the Asari, and the Salarians really stay on top. Okay, that is gonna do it, you guys. That's gonna do it for this episode. Next time, we're going to come back. We're gonna hit these quests. We're gonna go see Shira. We're gonna meet more of Garrus. We're gonna go to Korra's Den. All kinds of stuff. We're gonna explore the rest of the Citadel, okay? I will see you guys then. Take care. Bye!